Welcome to the Fermented Homestead. If you're new here, my name is Anna, and on this channel, I'm sharing our journey of learning how to turn our home into a homestead. Today's video is actually going to be a bit of an older video. I filmed this back in April. Today and tomorrow's video is going to be a bit of an older video, and the reason that I'm posting these videos is, number one, I've had a lot of requests for the video for tomorrow, and in tomorrow's video, I actually referenced today's video a lot, so it made no sense for me not to edit this video first. They kind of do go hand in hand. We're actually canning potatoes. I've tried canning potatoes in the past and it just didn't work out super great. So we're going to try canning these again, and I'm changing my strategy slightly. We're actually doing them in really big chunks so they don't disintegrate in the jar. And I can attest to the fact that that did happen. You might notice that the potatoes look awful and that's because they sprouted a lot. And that's why we're actually canning them, because they weren't going to make it to planting. You'll see there's tons of them. We're taking off all the eyes and all the long sprouts and everything that are growing on them. But I can assure you that this is a great way to use up those kinds of potatoes, because they're going to last for a very long time in those jars. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. I have my station kind of set up. I have this here is just going to be what I'm going to peel the potatoes and I'm going to put them right into this water. You need to acidulate it in some way. You can use lemon juice, I think it's acetic acid. Acetic acid? I'm not sure. Basically just want to bring the pH low enough that it will stop it from browning. That's the only purpose of it. So we're just gonna put them whole, peeled in here. I'm gonna cut them up and we're gonna par cook them on the stove for 2 minutes. And we're gonna stop the cooking process by putting them in the cold water, and then we're gonna can them up. So it should be a pretty simple process. I'll bring you along for it and I'll show you what we got going on. According to the National Center for Home Food Preservation, 20 pounds will make 7. So we're probably just gonna need 20 pounds. Got the russet potatoes all cut up, and we have our water that is coming up to a boil. We're going to cook this in batches. We're just going to par cook these for 2 minutes. We're going to put a batch of potatoes in here, cook it, bring it up to a boil, cook it for 2 minutes, and then put it in the ice bath. And then we're just going to keep doing that. All right, so we got all of our potatoes cooked. We have these are the russet potatoes, and we have the yellow potatoes over there in the sink. They're cooling off. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna load these up. Should be a pretty simple, pretty quick process. And the first thing that we're gonna do, which is completely optional, is adding in a teaspoon of salt per quart-sized jar. Now we're just gonna load these up, and we want to make sure we're leaving 1 inch of head space, and I'll show you what that means here. Coming up pretty quick here. As you can see, it is wrong. It is completely wrong by like double. So we're gonna go ahead, we're just gonna tamp all these down and try and fit the remainder of what's in here, so we can at least limit it to 1 full All-American canner load, hopefully. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna bring you guys in here a little bit closer so that you guys can see exactly what I'm doing for the next step. It'll just be a little bit easier that way, and then we'll just plow through them all and get them in the canner, because I unfortunately have to stay up for 2 canner loads tonight. I was not anticipating that, so we're gonna get it done. So we're gonna be canning today using these 4 jars lids. Make sure that you guys stay tuned. I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about these and why I really enjoy using these as soon as we're finished here. But in the meantime, we're just gonna go ahead and can all these up. We have our hot water here, and we're gonna go ahead and just fill up each jar up to the 1 inch head space. Then we're gonna debubble it using our debubbler. You can use a chopstick if you want, or if you have just something kind of a wood poker, but you know, I would recommend picking up set for these cannings, or a canning set, a pressure canning set that comes with all these little tools and things that you're gonna need. Okay, so next we're gonna take our towel covered in vinegar. We're just gonna wipe the rim off, and we're gonna put down our 4 jars lid on top here. And then we're gonna put our ring on fingertip tight. And that is as tight as you can get it with these 3 fingertips. Kind of like a built-in torque wrench here, just like that. That's all you need to do, and then into the canner. So we got all of our jars loaded in here for our unexpected first of 2 canning loads. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm using these 4 jars lids. They're kind of a newer company. They're an American-owned company. The lids currently are being made in China, but they are actively working on trying to move manufacturing over to the US. But these guys sprouted up in the shortage of 2020 and beyond, where there were just no canning lids anywhere to be found. And the ones that you could find were insanely expensive, and you didn't even know what the quality of them was. So these guys basically were just like, all right, well, if we can't find them, we'll just make them. And so that's kind of what they did. And these lids in particular are fantastic. I have yet to have a single failure. I have yet to have anything go wrong with these. I've been using these quite a lot since I was introduced to them, and I really, really enjoy these lids. These lids have a thicker they have a thicker silicone ring around the edges here, and that makes it seal much better and makes it hold on to its seal. And then the metal that is made of is actually a thicker metal than most of the competition, and it also has stainless steel in the composite, so that I don't know if composite is the right word, but anyways, in the mixture there, and it makes it much more durable, and it makes it so that it doesn't rust as easily. So make sure that you check out that link down below and use the coupon code Fermented10. You'll get 10% off of your order. And these jars, or these lids, they come in these 100 packs. I think you can get smaller packs now, but I'm not too super sure. But I just really like these big packs because, let's face it, you're gonna go through it anyway, so why wouldn't you get them? And then also, one thing that I totally forgot to mention that is super important is that these lids are actually BPA free. So make sure that you check these guys out. Check out the link that I'm gonna leave for you guys down below. So this is definitely not a canning tutorial, but I have checked, there we go. But I checked the vent pipe here, and I checked everything else. Everything, it checks out. I've oiled it, not oiled it, but you know what I mean. I used the jelly on it, and so now we're just making sure that it's all even. And then I'm gonna close this bad boy up. We're gonna go ahead and let this come up to temperature. This thing is gonna start spewing steam. When this is spewing steam, we're gonna set our timer for 10 minutes. And when that 10 minutes is up, we're gonna put our weight on top of it, wait for it to start to jiggle. When it starts to jiggle, we're gonna set our timer for the weighted gauge, we're gonna do 40 minutes at 10 pounds of pressure, because that's just what our elevation is. And I'm gonna bring you guys back when we're ready to pull these guys out of the canner. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching that process, and I even figured I would go ahead and bring along a jar for you guys to see. They hold up. I can these on 4/12. It is currently it's currently 10. Oh, goodness sake. I don't even know. I think it's like the 12th or the 13th of October. So it's been a while. It's been long enough that this stuff could break down, but it definitely has not. I wish I could show you guys what we actually do with these things, but unfortunately, I'm keto right now, and my husband's not home, so I can't really do that. However, in upcoming vlogs, I will make sure to use these. My plan for these that I hear is really great is to air fry these. Like, you be careful with them when you're taking them out of the jar, and then you could air fry them and get some really great crispy potatoes. So I will be trying those within the next couple of weeks, I promise. Maybe when I get back from the Gulf Coast Homesteaders meetup, I will cook up some of these for you guys. So it'll be about 3 weeks. And you guys will see kind of how I figure out how to actually use these, but I'm not going to do it right now. So sorry. If you guys are new around here, we just moved to our 30-acre homestead in southern Missouri, which is why my other one is in a different kitchen. I like to do all kinds of videos on canning, freezing, dehydrating, and fermenting, as well as sharing with you guys videos on how you can use that preserved food in your everyday cooking. If that sounds awesome to you and you want to join along, click this button right here. This is the subscribe button. This is what tells YouTube you want to come back here. Up here is a video that Mr. Google Pants thinks that you're going to enjoy. Over here is another canning video that I have, and then up here is my actual canning playlist where I've gathered together all of the things that I've canned since I began this channel. I hope you'll check it out for some more inspiration. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.